Well, it's not the greatest day to do this. The smoke isn't showing up on the camera as much as it looks like in real life, but it's a 4-degree day, and we're gonna go and get something on a road trip today. And of course, we're headed north, where it's colder. Marie's a little grumpy, but I think she'll calm down when she's hooked to the trailer. All right, we're just about to pull out of the farm. Had some trailer issues. My fingers are frozen, but that's par for the course. Let me plug it down there. We're going to really got to pull on the cord while you're putting it in and knock my camera all around.
I barely touched
I need to find better friends. The really bad part is these guys are both my family. And don't swear. Had some trailer problems this morning. Apparently somebody pulled the left turn signal wire out of the plug because this plug is a little wonky, and you know, pulling the cable pulls them out of the screw-on clips. And they reconnected the power line, and we're like, why is the left turn signal like solid bright like the brake line's on? The second you plug it in the truck, we were able to get that fixed. Froze my thumb, like it hurts. And we're gonna go pick up another I believe this one is also a 1944 B. It's got the same casted frame in the front. From what I've researched, the 44 was the only one with the full cast frame like ours. So that's gonna be awesome. Parts Tractor. Our last video just aired this morning, but basically everything we did in that video is getting undone because hopefully this one's got a really solid rear axle housing and rear axles are all good. I'll update you more on why we decided to pick up a Parts Tractor after this. Maybe in this video, maybe in the next video. I had to make some deals to make this happen, and so I've got to shift focus for a little bit onto another project. But I'll do video of that as well. So we're gonna hit the road. Damned old things road tripping. It's like I just didn't say that. As well. Yeah, I bought a 44B. The engine went through it all. Everything's all. So yeah, it'll be a lot of work. Let me get some money. Just checking in. If he's up and I'm going notice of it. Yeah, he's here messing out video. All right, as you can see, this jerk in a green tractor is tailgating the crap out of us. I don't know what to do about that. I have a feeling he's going to do it all the way home, too. I don't know what's wrong with people. So we picked up the B. Pretty sure it's a 44 or 45. I don't know what kind of video Zeke shot of getting it loaded right now, but very nice guy. And might have some stuff for us in the future if we end up needing any more parts. He's very friendly. This thing, free motor. I mean, the motor turns. Sheet metal is junk, but it's par for the course. You're talking about something that's 80 years old, and in the war models, they made the sheet metal out of much thinner gauge steel than they did in the other years because of, just cost of war. So hard to find a tractor from this era with good tin on it, this specific era, or couple of years. So looking forward to getting this home and getting it unloaded. Enjoy the drive home. All right, so figured I'd discuss the plans for this tractor real quick. So obviously still in the rear axle housing, if it's good, it should be. It looks, everything exteriorly that should have thrown red flags on the other one looks good, so this should be good. So we'll probably just take the whole rear axle and swap it in. Hopefully the gears are good in this one. We don't know. Really suck if they weren't, but as long as one of them's good, we're home free to get the tractor back going. The motor, I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to steal the flywheel for my B because I've got some problems with that flywheel. But I might turn this into like a power plant motor or something and just run the motor with the belt pulley, and haven't really decided yet. But I got Michael mic'd up here. I haven't told him my plan for the front yet, and I think he's going to like it.
Oh, I think I know exactly what it is.
Would you like a workbench?
Oh, yes! Oh, as soon as you said there's a I was like, he's making a workbench out of it.
I'm going to make a workbench for you out of it.
That'll be awesome.
Just the bottom. I don't know if we're going to take and chop the top pedestal off, or I'll keep the pedestal, and maybe we can run a rod out of that to hang one of your lights from or something.
Yeah.
Keep the front pedestal. Obviously, the back's going to be open, which would be good for you to be able to put a vise on it. But yeah, I thought Michael needs a bench in his shed. Like a good bench, not that makeshift cinder block thing we got going, or that table that we got out of that camper.
Well, that's where that came from. Huh? Yeah, that's where that came from. I was like, where did this table come from?
It was in the fifth wheel we turned into the tractor trailer. So yeah, you're getting the bench. I don't know when we'll get to making that bench, but
that'll be a fun video.
So with that being said, the front end of the tractor is going in your shed.
All right.
The motor's going in my storage, and the rear axle's obviously, well, it's probably going in my storage to start, and then it'll come over when we're ready to do it. Because, like I said in the beginning of this video, I have to
I had a buddy that asked me to do something for him, and he'd give us money towards the tractor that we purchased today. That beautiful bluish green faded rusty thing that keeps tailgating me. So I'll just tell you, I got to paint his Harley tank. I put a couple nice big scratches in it when the voltage regulator went out on it and he got stranded. We towed it home. I was not there, it wouldn't have gotten scratched. It wasn't a we, it was him and his dad that towed it home. So, yeah, literally 2 weeks after I got it back together after painting it. But I told him to ride it for the summer. So there'll be videos on that as well, and then we'll get back on the John Deere. But I think it's only fair, since he paid me, to be able to continue the project, to get his project done first. And then we could do the tractor or workbench, depending on how things work.
Well, darn, just looked at the tractor after we stopped for some lunch, and I was so worried about the left side of the tractor, I didn't even think to look at the right. And she's puking oil out, which means this rear axle needs work as well. So, we're going to be taking 2 bad ones and making 1 good one. And maybe by the end of it, he'll know righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. All right, let's get this thing on hold. The only time I ever did drive, you know what that was? The freaking radiator cap blew off. Oh. That looks great. truck's over here. It's on a flat, I don't reckon. All right, we got the tractor back in the shop. Zeke's fidgeting with his mic. Let's take a quick tour and see what we're going to use off this thing. All right, well, here it is. Definitely not going to use the hood. She's a little bit crusty and a little bit disconnected. I don't know if you saw the video of the first start, but these are 80 bucks a piece. These compression relief valves, we got both of them. Definitely using those. All right. Now we come around here. Our dust cover is good on this side, so the axle should be good. Unfortunately, this side seems to be much like our B at home. I don't know. You can see the gap here. And I don't know if this is just a different style and was pulverized, but I think it's missing the front cap. Of course, this doesn't look cut, so maybe that's how they were. One side was one way, but either way, we got drippage, so we've got some sort of problemage. And I don't know what the problem is yet, but we'll figure it out. So we're probably gonna have to make one good one out of the two rears. Got brakes that are locked up solid. Got an original one of these. Mine's remade, but that might not matter. Got a nice cover. Wow, that's worse than mine. Oh no, it's not. That moves freer than mine. The throttle moves freer. The steering shaft is more worn out here, but we might use some steering parts up under this front cover, which we got to take off first, which may or may not be fun because we got to pull the steering shaft. So we're not going to show the complete teardown because it's probably going to be out for 5 or 6 hours. And if I'm being honest with you guys, there's a lot of work to add to these videos. And just for a teardown, I think there's a lot of other interesting points in this video. But we'll catch the big moments when we're taking big pieces off, you know, and taking stuff out the door. So, so far that's what we found we're going to use on this tractor. Who knows, we might use more. We did mention that, I should probably clarify, making the bench for Michael. The frame unbolts here and underneath. And the motor's not part of that then. I'm going to use this whole front end. And I'm almost thinking, well, it makes the bench kind of short, keeping the front housings on and building some shelves on one end of the bench for him. But we'll see. But we're definitely going to use the whole frame section and put a bench top on it for him. So we're using that. We're using rear axle housing if it's not all cracked like our other one is. And that's that. Quick update on progress. Managed to get the front louvers off, the steering shaft out. There isn't a bolt on this thing that wants to come off. Had to grind more than unbolt. But we're getting ready to pull the hood off here in a second. The drawbar was chained on with a square-headed bolt. So, making progress. Hopefully the rear axles that we're after is good. see water. That's never a good sign.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Oh! Oh! There goes the big chunk. Blip. Wow.
That is so much.
Damn.
It's like tar.
That might be the original grease from 44. Oh my gosh. It's turned back into the dinosaurs.
It smells like grandma farts.
Hey, but I don't see any immediately chipped teeth. Not that we can really see a lot.
Zeke's gonna just start scooping into the bucket of other grease.
Are you recording?
It's recorded. He's not coming off his hands. He's getting knocked.
Well, that does it for this episode of Damned Old Things. We got to rip down as far as we need to continue on. We'll tack the rest of this when it's warm out and do it outside and be out of the way. Yeah, we basically just took the rear gears and axle out of this thing. Probably kept that in my face. Stole what salvageable tin was off of it, a bunch of bolts, because they're not foundry marked. And you can go to any hardware store, they got a foundry mark. Up here, most of them are Rockford. But this didn't have any foundry marks, so nice to have original bolts when you can. Might come out and rob some more off if I need them, you know. Try to keep it looking as original as possible. So, but yeah, I got the, if you watch the video of us taking the rear axle apart to, I forget what I called that video. I'll try to link it in the description. But I took this piece of tin off here and it gets all bent when you pull it off. Thankfully, the one on this one drove off nice and cleanly with the axle, so I don't have to spend 43 bucks because that little tin thing that goes in there and pushes up against the bearing that holds the felt washer on the outer, I don't know what that piece is called yet, I gotta look it up. It's 43 bucks just for that dish. If you watch the Wheels of Steel episode when we put the front wheels on, you can see us pounding that cone back into the rims. That's the same thing there. So managed to save that off this side. The other side was junk like mine. I don't know. I wanted to use this rear axle housing, but the bolt pattern on the rear is different than, or drilled differently at the very least. I don't feel like doing that. I like the repair I got done. I think it's gonna hold for what we're using the tractor for, so I'm done. So that'll do it for this episode of Damned Old Things. Zeke isn't here tonight because it's a school night and I had to get this tractor out of the garage here because this isn't my shop. And so couldn't bring him along. So I guess it's up to me. Damned Old Things out.